I know I need to take a spiritual stock taking of where I am, but where do I start? Good morning. This week we read about a person who was discovered dead outside a city and no one knows who killed him. The Torah states that a very elaborate ceremony must be done, but to determine which city must do the ceremony, leaders of the Jewish court in Jerusalem must travel down to the scene and measure the distance between the corpse and the closest city. What's the point of having the leaders of the Jewish court leave Jerusalem to measure the distance? The question is even bigger. Even if it's obvious, measurements must still be taken. The reason? Some commentaries point to the responsibility of the elders to the visitors of the city. Perhaps if they would have made sure this man was fed, if he was escorted outside the city, he would have had the wherewithal to ward off the attacker. Others point out the guilt of the people of the city. Even if this incident can't be traced to any wrongdoing, if it happened near the city, it indicates something about the residents. But there's a deeper reason. The Torah is telling us that when any Jew is down, everything stops. We bring down the heads of the court, and they must get down and dirty and ask questions. We do not take this lightly. The number one thing we need to be aware of before taking a spiritual stock taking is this. Each of us, one of us, is an only beloved child of God himself, an ambassador to reveal God's love, truth, and kindness in this world. And that's why it matters if I pray or not, if I study or not, if I give or not, because each of us is charged with bringing Mashiach. A self-analysis must begin with how precious you are in God's eyes and why so much hinges on your behavior. Candlelighting time for Los Angeles is 6:58. I'd like to dedicate our minute of Torah today to Rabbi and Mrs. Yarmush in honor of their brand new baby boy soldier in the army of Hashem Nehigro, to Torah, Chuppah, Maasim Tovim. Have a wonderful Shabbat.